Yeah, did you collect some of the water out of this guy?
I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we need to save some of that.
Hold on.
You can pour it in the bucket here.
Yeah. Okay. So things are not going quite as smoothly as I had initially hoped. We have been bubbling an empty tank before to see if we could bring the CO2 from what it normally is out here, about 750 microatmospheres, down to about 400, and we were able to do that without any octopuses in there. But as soon as we put octopuses in there, and now we're trying to bubble again, it's staying high. It's only coming down to about 700 parts per million, instead of all the way down to 400, and so that's a problem. So what we did is we increased the bubbling a bit, and we're going to see if doubling the amount of bubbling that's happening is going to work. And we have set up a computer on there to constantly monitor the pH and the temperature in there to see kind of minute by minute if it's helping. But right now we just have to kind of sit and wait and hope that that helps. But this is a really big problem, because if I can't bring tanks from the 750 microatmospheres down to 400 microatmospheres, I have kind of a big problem, because that's one of the main things I'm hoping to do. There's other ways to do this, but it's really hard because I need to control both the CO2 and the pH together. There's other easier ways to control each one independently, but not to control them together the way that I want to. So that's without adding gas or taking away gas. And so I'm a little bit worried about this. I'm thinking about other options, but as for today, I think I'm going to give my students kind of a break for a while. It's about noon. I'm going to let them have the rest of the day off until about 8. A couple of reasons for that. We have to wait and see if this is working before we can really do much. And then the other thing is, we had a really long day yesterday. We started at about 8 a.m. Getting stuff ready, and we worked almost solid until 1 a.m. the following morning. There was a few small breaks, half an hour here, half an hour there and there, but really it was go, go, go the entire day. And it included Taylor falling and kind of injuring herself again, injuring her ankle and her knee as we were trying to get in for a scuba diving dive, trying to get in for a dive, and that isn't very happy. And finished up the day with a late night dive that was no one's looking forward to, but ended up being really successful. So we're happy about that. But as for right now, I'm a little bit frustrated that I can't make the treatment that I thought I should be able to make happen. Like, I can't bring the water down, or at the moment I am not bringing the water down to 400 microatmospheres of CO2. That's a big problem, and that's going to be something I'm going to be pondering for the rest of the day, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Trying to get the thermal gradient going today, but it's been about 24 hours since I've had the system off, and it's gotten up to really high, 22 degrees Celsius. We'll see how long it takes me to get this thing adjusted. So it's currently almost 11 at night. I came down to check on everything, and the temperature probes had stopped recording. They had lost their connection with the wireless hub. I'm trying to reconnect them to see what parts of this run I can salvage, but I haven't been successful so far. Usually when this happens, I wind up having to restart the whole system. But right now I'm taking film. I don't know. This run might have to be a I don't know if I'll be able to use it. Let's see. Oops. You can see where it disconnected at 50 minutes and trying to reestablish without success. I started this octopus at about 8:45, so it means this happened at about 9:30, at which point I wasn't down here. I didn't think I had to be, but I guess I'll check on this every hour now. I still haven't been able to establish a connection. This gray play button means that not all of them are connected, so keep working on it, see what I can do. If not, I might just, this octopus was due to be done at 11:45 anyways. See what we can do. So I got it reestablished, but I've lost an hour's worth of temperature data for a run that only lasts 3 hours. I think I'm going to finish out this run. It has a little under an hour left, and keep the file, but I might come back and do this octopus again at the end. This is L number 6. If I have time, I'll come back and do it, but just try to get a full data set first and see what I can use. So it is Wednesday night of week 5 here at Rosario, and I have not gotten the behavior assay set up yet, so just to recall all what I'm doing, I have the thermal gradient, the activity, and then 2 behavior assays, predator avoidance and prey detection. The behavior stuff isn't going so well, so I've decided to plow through and to get activity in the thermal gradient trials done. So with what time I have, I'm basically going to work about a 20-hour schedule and just keep processing octopus after octopus, but being careful to keep in mind that I give each octopus 24 hours rest before being exposed to either activity and temperature. So yeah, it's gonna be a couple crazy days. I'm not gonna get much sleep, but if it means I get a full set of data, then it's totally worth it. So yeah, I've got 2 activities going right now, and I'm on my 3rd thermal gradient, but I was having some trouble. The temperature probe's disconnected, so I might have to go back and do that one at the end. Goals for tomorrow are 4 activity tests and then 5 runs with the thermal gradient. I'm a little bit worried about the larger octopuses in those bins that I have because they're not very high, and I'm kind of worried that they'll try to get exploratory and crawl out. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. But I'm excited just to get some full sets of data, and hopefully by the end of next week I should have a full set of data for both the temperature gradient and the activity. So here's to pulling all-nighters.
So we have now been bubbling, twice bubbling. By twice bubbling, I mean we have doubled the number of bubble stones and the amount of air going into one of the tanks to see would that solve our problem of our CO2 coming down, not coming down, our pH not coming up. What happened was our pH stayed low, about 7.8 before, and that was not working at all with the bubbling we had going. And now what we're hoping is by increasing the bubbling that it would more effectively reduce the CO2 and therefore raise the pH. So now that we've had that going for a day, here's what we have going. Okay, it's a little bit loud in here because of the bubbling, but this is our pH, and I can't tell if you can see here, but it started out here about, well, all over the place, but 7.8 is what it was at, and because of electrical interference, this is all over the place. But you see it comes up, and it's not quite 8, but it's just below 8. It's about 7.955 where it has leveled out to. So this is really encouraging to me. And the other thing is, the way this goes up and then levels out, this doesn't look like just the probe drifting. There's all sorts of really hard things about measuring pH, and this doesn't look like an artifact of something. It looks like an actual result we're getting, so I'm really excited about this. Tomorrow morning, after it's been bubbling overnight, we are going to spectrophotometrically measure the pH again and see, did we actually achieve what we're hoping to achieve? And if we did, I'm going to buy another air pump, start bubbling the other side. I'm hoping this is working. I'm really encouraged by this, so we'll see. By doubling the bubbling, doubling the bubble. I can't say that.